This is Isaiah 41 verse 8. But thou, Israel, art my servant, Jacob, whom I have chosen, the seed of Abraham, my friend. Thou whom I have taken from the ends of the earth, and called thee from the chief men thereof, and said unto thee, Thou art my servant. I have chosen thee, and not cast thee away. Kal halal Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai Hashem, Rukwah Kodash. Double honors the Apostle and Elders, a great millstone where I learned this truth from. Peace and salutations, of brothers and down, teaching, preaching, pushing this gospel. Good news to four corners of the earth, waking up the hopeful elect of the house of Israel. Greetings also to the few sisters that tune into these video epistles. I call this lesson the sons of God, my servants. Let's get this right. The sons of God are not my servants, but my friends and joint heirs. Maybe I'll move these words around a little bit, but you get the gist of what we're aiming at. Hopefully during this lesson we can get the message across that was on my mind. I was waking up this morning thinking about a lesson to do. See, this wicked, who's this so-called white man, the Edomite in the scriptures, he's in his order. The earth has been given into him, and he's doing what he's there to do. He's about to press the button and self-destruct is left to him. There's been nothing left to be saved. Our power, whose name is Yahweh, his only begotten Son, is Yahweh Shai, and we are the true children of Israel. They've given us these bywords. It's all part of our curses. We see them listed out there in Deuteronomy 28. Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, Hispanics, wetbacks, black nigger, all these type of names you must call yourself. And he gets to call himself, I want you to call me the white man. He's a Edomite in the scriptures. That's his true biblical nationality. Let's get back to the word here. Not too much of me speaking. We don't want to do too much of that. Let's let the Bible speak. We're first Romans 8. Let's get into it here. Romans 8:14 to 17. For as many as are led by the Spirit of the Most High, they are the sons of God. For ye have not received the spirit of bondage again to fear, but ye have received the spirit of adoption, whereby we cry, Abba, Father, our Father. The Spirit itself beareth witness with our spirit that we are the children of the Most High. And if children, in Hebrew it's, I think it's banyam, it's meaning sons, then heirs of the Most High, and joint heirs with Yahweh Shai, if so be that we suffer with him, that we may also be glorified together. See, he's made us joint heirs. That's what we're looking at during this lesson here. Let's get some Romans 9. So who is all this about? There's only one. The Most High has a chosen people. I have tried to replace, they've got something called replacement theology, where they've got a religion that doesn't include the children of Israel. You're just merged in with everybody else. Everyone can be so-called saved if you call on this new guy, this new image, new doctrine. It's all madness. Strong delusion that's trapped up the children of Israel into their foolishness. It was beaten into us, and so we can't get out of it unless we are the chosen, the remnant, elect of the Most High, preordained, foreknown to wake up out of the foolishness. But the majority can't. They're blocked from this truth. Let's go Romans 9. Let's go from 3. See how many of these we read. For I could wish, this Paul speaking to the Hebrew Israelites. That's who all his letters and epistles were aimed at and addressed to. No one else. For I could wish that myself were cursed from Yahweh Shai for my brethren, my kinsmen, according to the flesh. It's saying he wish he could take the place of some of his own kinsmen. It refers to the children of Israel. Let's see, he's going to go on here and explain who he's speaking about. Verse 4. Who are Israelites, to whom pertaineth the adoption. This is a higher order, and the glory, and the covenants, and the giving of the law, and the service of the Most High, and the promises. It's all to the children of Israel, the sons of the Most High. And on this side of the devastation that is about to come on the land, it's the elect of the house of Israel. 2 out of every 3 Hebrew Israelites are about to be destroyed, and they're making themselves known by the minute exactly who they are, whose are the fathers, and of whom, as concerning the flesh, Yahushua came, who is over all, the Most High, blessed forever. Amen. Not as though the word of the Most High had taken none effect, for they are not all Israel, which are of Israel. See, there's an elect. There's a sifting going on. I think that's Amos. I think it's Amos 9 speaks about the sifting that's taking place. If everyone can be saved, why is there any sifting? Neither because they are the seed of Abraham are they all children, that's sons, but in Isaac shall thy seed be called. That is, they which are the seed of the flesh. These are not the children of the Most High, but the children of the promise are counted for the seed. For this is the word of promise: at this time will I come, and Sarah shall have a son. And not only this, but when Rebekah also had conceived by one, even our father. It goes on. I'm just going to hold it there. But let's get this one here. Speaking about God according to the election, is his election that might stand. And what election are we speaking about? Well, Romans 11, just turn the page. I'm going to go into this, but here, what then? Well, let's go start at 5. Even so then at this present time also there is a remnant according to the election of grace. Verse 7, what then? Israel hath not obtained that which he seeketh for, but the election hath obtained it, and the rest were blinded. The word is going out in all these different formats, but it's only the elect remnant, the chosen, preordained from before the world. Those are the only spirits that are going to get this. The rest can't. Doesn't matter how many precepts and scriptures and verse after verse, line after line, it's not going to affect them. They just can't get it. Let's get some of this prodigal son here, like reading this Luke 15. Let's start at 17 with cutting in. Let's get some of this. And when he came to himself, speaking about the son coming into his right mind, he said, how many hired servants of my father's have bread enough and to spare, and I perish with hunger? I will arise and go to my father, and will say unto him, Father, I have sinned. This red letter, Yahushua speaking, it's a parable, but it's there for our learning. I have sinned against heaven and before thee, and am no more worthy to be called thy son. Make me as one of the hired servants. And he arose and came to his father. But when he was yet a great way off, his father saw him. He was looking for him. He had compassion and ran. I always read this and look at the father, his response, his attitude to the son that was lost. Put you in the mind, or it should, of the situation with Israel. Lost. Didn't know who we were, beaten into submission by our enemies. He ran, fell on his neck and kissed him, and the son said unto him, Father, I have sinned against heaven and in thy sight, and am no more worthy to be called thy son. But the father said to his servant, bring forth the best robe, put it on him, put a ring on his hand, and shoes on his feet. Imagine the state of this son. You see? We've got a friendly mosquito here. Get rid of him. Didn't win the battle. But the father said to his servant, bring forth the best robe and put it on him, a ring on his hand and shoes on his feet. Bring hither the fatted calf and kill it, and let us eat and be merry. Why? For this my son was dead. See? Was he actually dead? No, this is spiritually dead. Lost himself. He took all his stuff and went off to live riotously. Took his eye off the prize. For this my son was dead and is alive. He was lost and is found. And they began to be merry. Oops. Not gonna get rid of this friendly mosquito today. He's determined to get a bite of me. Right, let's get another one here. Corinthians, I think. 2 Corinthians 10. 4. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through the Most High to the pulling down of strongholds, casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalteth itself against the knowledge of the Most High, and bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Yahushua, and having in readiness to revenge all disobedience when your disobedience is fulfilled. I've been reading this recently. Having in a readiness to revenge all disobedience when your obedience is fulfilled. Just a moment. It's getting very windy here. Let's close this door. Wind blowing things everywhere. So we're approaching this time where our captivity is coming to an end. But the physical captivity of this slavery under this brutal regime, this Edomite captivity, we're living in his kingdom, whether you can understand it or see it or not. That's a fact. If you can't see it, you're not supposed to. We're coming to the end of it. And so our captivity, both physically and mentally, spiritually, it's coming to an end. And so this awakening has been going on for some decades now, and it's accelerating. The promises are getting closer. The destruction of this man is getting closer. And so our obedience is being fulfilled. The scripture speaks about in the fullness of time. Having in readiness to revenge all disobedience when your obedience is fulfilled. See that? We're right at the door to the completion of our prison sentence. Some people don't want to break free from prison. They've been given the keys. They're hitting the keys out of the jailer's hand. They say, oh, leave me alone. I want to remain captive. Just give me something to eat and maybe improve my conditions. Just give me one of those jobs. Give me one of those qualifications so I can just carry on. If I get better improvements, give me a bigger piece of the pie, I'll be okay. They don't want to be free. They don't want Yahushua to rule over them. So what did he say? Bring them here in front of me. Let's keep moving here, Galatians. And destroy them in front of my face. That's what he said. And that's what's going to happen. Galatians 4. Start at 1. Now I say that the heir, as long as he is a child, differeth nothing from a servant, though he be Lord of all, but is under tutors and governors until the time appointed of the Father. So there is a time here. All of these have a time constraint. I saw a brother doing a lesson. There's no overlapping of any of these promises, no overlapping of any of the words that is written here. First, one thing is going to happen, and then it's something else and something else. Our Father is not the author of any confusion. He's under tutors and governors until the time appointed of the Father. Even so we, when we were children, were in bondage under the elements of the world. But when the fullness of the time was come, the Most High sent forth his Son, made of a woman, made under the law. See? There's another lesson right there. I'm going to get drawn into it too. Redeem them that were under the law, that we might receive the adoption of sons. This is a higher order that the sons of God belong to. Oh, to be a part of that. See? A high order, the sons of God. You're not servants anymore. I'm raising your status. You're my friends, joint heirs. Just because you're in that low state. No, I'm raising you up. The fullness of your time have come. Your captivity is over. Your obedience is coming to full effect. And because ye are sons, the Most High hath sent forth the Spirit of his Son into your hearts, crying, Abba, Father. Wherefore, thou art no more a servant, but a son, and if a son, then an heir of the Most High through Yahweh. You see? Oh yes, that's that spirit that we're talking about. Let's get John 6:63. What spirit is this? It is the spirit that quickeneth, the flesh profiteth nothing. The words that I speak unto you, they are spirit and they are life. That's right, it's the word, the power of this word that is waking us up, reminding us, stirring up our pure minds. I'm always saying it, and I keep saying it. A pure mind has been made aware of who you are. Who is the enemy? What enemy? The enemy of the Most High is also your enemy. Let's wrap up with Hebrews. Let's bounce around here to finish up. Hebrews 11, this chapter here about faith. It's a fantastic, powerful chapter here. Hebrews 11, let's start at 8. By faith, Abraham, when he was called to go out in a place which he should after receive for an inheritance, obeyed, and he went out, not knowing whither he went. By faith he sojourned in the land of promise, as in a strange country, dwelling in tabernacles with Isaac and Jacob, the heirs with him of the same promise. For he looked for a city which hath foundation, whose builder and maker is Yahweh, B'Hashem, Yahweh Shai. Let's jump forward to 13. These all died in faith, not having received the promises, but having seen them afar off, and were persuaded of them, and embraced them. Look at the first verse here. Let's get. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. They couldn't see it. They died not seeing all these promises, just being persuaded by the word. Earlier, verse 7 here, by faith Noah being warned of the things not seen as yet, moved with fear. You see, it's that word that's got us all stirred up. Where was I? For they that say such things declare plainly that they seek a country. And truly, if they have been mindful of that country from whence they came out, they might have had opportunity to have returned. But now they desire a better country, that is a heavenly. Wherefore, Yahweh B'Hashem, Yahweh Shai, is not ashamed to be called their power, for he hath prepared for them a city. Let's hold it there for the lesson. Maybe one of these days I'll start to preach this word, this beautiful word you've been listening to. The sons of God are not my servants, but my friends and joint heirs. So on to the next lesson. Don't fear no sorrow. Don't fear no sorrow.